Hello everybody, just making sure that everything's muted and get the video on spotlight so it doesn't flash all over the place. Okay, I think we have everybody. One more minute just to make sure that expecting one more person. So the problem is once it goes on, because I need to set up a waiting room for security purposes, it used to flash to tell me someone was in the waiting room, but it doesn't do that anymore. I'll just keep checking anyway, and we can get started. Okay. Excellent. So, coming to your mat. I thought we'd start tonight's practice by coming lying down on our mat. It's always a nice treat, isn't it? So taking the soles of the feet together and just gently rocking back, letting the knees fall out to the side, and coming to rest on your back in our supine Baddha Konasana. Gently resting one hand on your belly and taking the other hand onto your chest. And just closing the eyes here and just taking a moment to check in with that breathing, noticing the breath, really focusing on that breath. Noticing the inhales and the exhales. And starting to breathe deeply now, really deep breathing into the belly, so really filling up the lungs and then feeling that diaphragm pushing down into the belly. And you can feel that belly lifting as you fill the belly up with air. And again, taking that nice long exhale, really feeling the belly drop and the chest drop as you let the air go through the lungs. So just monitoring that breath with nice long inhales and nice long exhales, taking that focus and the awareness to the breathing. Letting go of your day, leaving behind your worries, leaving behind your cares, and just focusing on the here and the now, being present, being mindful on your mat. Breathing in nice and deeply, really filling up those lungs, filling up that belly, feeling both hands rise as you fill the body with air. And then exhaling nice and slowly, really letting all that air go from the belly, completely emptying the lungs, getting rid of all that stale air, making room for new fresh air. As you breathe in again, nice and deeply, really filling up that lungs, filling up the belly, exhaling nice and slowly, just letting all the air go from the belly, from the chest. And one more time, inhaling nice and deeply, refilling up those lungs, filling up that belly. And exhaling nice and slowly, just letting all the air go. And returning to a nice long even breath. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose now. And just gently taking the arms and dropping them down to your sides. And then taking your knees together here and then pulling the knees in towards the chest and giving yourself a nice big hug here. And then just gently holding on to the knees, taking nice big circles through the hips, moving the knees round in a nice big circle, taking that rotation and that opening up through the hip. Just mobilizing through the hips in one direction and then taking the knees around in the other direction. Remembering that breath. And then slowly crossing at the ankles, clasping onto the knees, and then just rocking yourself back up to seated, coming back into a nice easy seat. I'll come this way so you can see. So sitting up nice and tall in our nice easy seat, feeling those seat bones connected to the earth, feeling that lengthening through the spine, shoulders around and back down the back, sitting up nice and tall. And then inhaling as you inhale, coming through, coming forward, arching through the spine as you open up through that chest and lift and open that chest out to the front. Exhaling, curling everything back in. Inhaling, opening up through the chest. Bring that chest up and away from the pelvis. Exhaling, arching through the spine, coming through into our modified cat here. Inhaling, opening everything up. Exhaling, waving through that spine. And this time inhaling as you come forward, opening everything up. Just take some gentle waving movements from side to side. And then exhaling, coming all the way back. And then arching through the spine again, just taking some nice gentle waving movements from side to side. And inhaling, coming all the way back to center. And then coming over onto all fours, setting up into our tabletop position. Hands just underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Moving through our thread the needle. Inhaling, reaching that right arm all the way up to the sky, looking all the way up to that right thumb. Exhaling, taking that right arm underneath the left, coming through into threading the needle. Inhaling, lifting that right arm all the way back up again. Exhaling, threading that right arm underneath the left. And one more time, inhaling, reaching all the way up. Exhaling, coming through and holding this time thread the needle, coming to rest on that right shoulder, that right cheekbone. Bending through that left elbow, coming on up onto the left fingertips, and feeling that stretch and that opening through that right shoulder. If it feels good here, you can just gently take that right arm around and clasp, that left arm around and clasp that right thigh with that left hand. You don't have to. If you feel the stretch with the fingertips on the floor, then stay there. And then gently release. Inhaling, lifting that right arm back all the way up to the sky, reaching all the way up. Exhaling, coming back onto all fours. And then we'll repeat through the left side. So inhaling, as you inhale, lifting that left arm, reaching that left arm all the way up to the sky. Exhaling, threading that left arm underneath the right. Inhaling, reaching all the way up. Exhaling, coming all the way down and underneath that right arm. Last time, inhaling, lifting, looking all the way up to that left thumb. Exhaling, threading that left arm underneath the right and coming to rest on that left shoulder and that left cheek. Bending through that right arm, coming up onto the fingertips of the right hand. Holding here if it feels good for you. Breathing nice and deeply. If you want more, taking that right hand all the way behind you and clasping that left thigh with that right hand. Breathing in and exhaling, remembering the breath all the way through the practice. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. Nice, long, steady breathing. And then gently release. Inhaling, lifting that left arm all the way back up the sky, looking up to that left thumb. Exhaling, coming all the way back to the center, back into that nice neutral tabletop position. Take a nice long inhale here, making sure the shoulders are away from the ears. Pelvic floor is lifted and engaged. Navel's in and up. Keeping that nice neutral long spine. And then inhaling, curling through the toes. And as you exhale, lifting hips up towards the sky. As you come back into a nice, easy downward facing dog. Keeping that bend through the knees. And then start to walk and pedal your dog. Taking a range of movement through the feet, through the ankles, all the backs of the legs, into the hips. Just warming everything up, getting ready for our practice. And then taking a nice deep bend through the knees, looking forward towards those hands, lifting up that left foot, taking it behind the left hand, right foot up behind the right hand, taking a bend through the knees, coming into a nice easy forward fold. Just hanging here in the forward fold, feeling the tension start to drip away from the shoulders, from the neck. And then clasping opposite elbows if that feels good for you. Just coming here and hanging down in our ragdoll. Feeling an opening through the hamstrings. Feeling a gentle release through the backs of the legs. If it feels good for you, you can just gently swing from side to side, moving however feels good. checking in with the body, listening to the body, maybe doing a quick body scan, just encouraging the tension to release from the body, keeping everything nice and loose, everything nice and easy. Moving with the breath. And then letting go of the arms, taking an even deeper bend through the knees. Start to uncurl through the spine. Coming up vertebra by vertebra, stacking one vertebra on top of the other. As you slowly unhinge and unlock the spine, coming all the way through, up into a nice neutral standing position. Well done. Setting up for our classical sun salutations. Finding our Tadasana, our mountain pose. So taking the feet about a hip width distance apart, maybe coming a bit more towards the top of your mat. And then from here, really feeling all four corners of the feet rooting down into the earth. Maybe just playing with your balance here by just coming up onto your toes for a moment. And then rocking down and coming back up onto your heels. Just finding those four corners of the feet. Coming all the way forward into the toes. And then coming all the way back into the heels. And finding those four corners rooting down into the earth. Taking a soft bend, micro bend through the knees, pelvic floor lifted, navel and up, shoulders back and down the back. Checking in with that posture throughout our practice. So from here, inhaling, as you inhale, lifting the arms all the way up through that midline of the body, stretching all the way up to the sky. Feel that lengthening all the way up the sides of the body. Exhaling, coming all the way forward with a nice easy bend through the knees into that forward fold. Exhaling, taking a step back with that right foot. Dropping down onto that right knee, letting go of those right toes. And coming into our low lunge here through that right hip flexor. So just breathing into the lunge, only coming to wherever feels good for you, and coming as deep as feels good for you. Remember, it's your practice, it's your journey. Only ever come to your own edge. And then maybe just coming in and out of the pose, just bending and straightening through that front left leg. Again, just keeping a range of movement here, noticing you may be able to come that little bit deeper each time you come forward into the pose. Holding here just for a moment, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. And then inhaling, picking up that left leg and taking that left knee back, parallel to the right, about a hip width distance apart. And then exhaling, coming all the way back and sitting back in your child's pose. Take a nice deep inhale. A nice long exhale. And then inhaling, waving through the spine, coming all the way forward to your lying face down on your mat. Taking the hands just underneath your shoulders, moving through our baby cobra here. So inhaling, just coming up through that baby cobra, engaging through that core, using the back muscles to lift you up in the baby cobra. Exhaling, coming all the way down. Again, inhaling, lifting up, using the core, using the back to lift you. Exhaling, coming all the way down. And one more time, inhaling, coming through that mini baby cobra. And exhaling, dropping all the way down. Well done. Inhaling, taking the hands underneath the shoulders, lifting up into that tabletop, engaging through the core. Exhaling, coming all the way back into that child's pose. Take a nice long inhale. Nice long exhale. And then inhaling, coming all the way through onto all fours, and then picking up that right knee and taking that right foot forward in between the hands at the front of the mat. Coming into that low lunge here on the other side. So again, just holding here if it feels good for you, coming as low as feels good for you. And maybe gently coming in and out of the stretch. Nice and slowly, mindfully. Listening to the body, checking in, always being mindful of that body, listening to the breath, knowing when your body can come that little bit deeper in the stretch, knowing when it's come just far enough. And then slowly coming back into that Anjasana low lunge. Inhaling, picking up that right leg, taking it back parallel to the left. And then just sitting all the way back and coming back into that child's pose. Take a nice long inhale. A nice long exhale. And then from here, inhaling, coming all the way back onto all fours. And then picking up that right leg, taking that right leg forward again. And then coming up onto the toes of that back left foot. And taking that left foot forward, parallel to the right. Bending through the knees and coming through into a nice, easy forward fold. Hanging in the forward fold just for a few moments. Taking a gentle range of movement through the neck and the head. Taking some nice, easy yes-no movements. Just encouraging that neck and that head just to let go of any tension through the shoulders. And then taking a deep bend through the knees, taking the arms up in line with the ears. Inhaling, lifting yourself all the way up as you reach all the way up to standing, reaching up nice and tall. Exhaling, taking your hands to your heart center. Samastiti. Well done. Take a nice deep inhale. A nice long exhale. And we'll repeat through the left hand side just to make sure we're all nice and warm, ready for our practice. So inhaling again, lifting the arms all the way up through that midline of the body, feeling that stretch all the way through the sides of the body. Exhaling, coming through into that nice easy forward fold with a bend through the knees. Inhaling, taking a step back with that left foot and dropping that left knee down onto the mat and letting go of those left toes and coming through into the lower lunge here. Inhaling, exhaling, holding the lunge just for a moment or two. And then on your next inhale, lifting the arms all the way up to the sky, opening up through that chest, reaching that heart all the way up to the sky. Exhaling, coming all the way forward, taking hands back outside that front right foot. And then inhaling, taking that right knee back, parallel to the left. Exhaling, coming all the way back, sitting back in our child's pose. Take a nice deep inhale. A nice long exhale. And then inhaling, waving through the spine, coming all the way forward to lying face down on the mats. From here, taking the hands just outside the sides of the mat, coming up onto our gecko fingertips, making sure the tops of our feet are connected to the earth. Engaging that pelvic floor, lifting that navel and up. As you inhale, coming through into a baby cobra. Just moving, waving that cobra from side to side, moving with the breath, checking in, taking a range of movement through your shoulders, through your neck, through the upper back. Where do you need to release the tension? Where can you let go? Moving with the breath, listening to the body. And then gently release, coming all the way back to center. Taking the hands underneath the shoulders, inhaling, lifting yourself up into that tabletop. Exhaling, coming all the way back into that child's pose. Take a nice long inhale. A nice long exhale. And then inhaling, lifting up onto all fours. Taking that left knee forward, that left foot forward in between the hands, coming into our low lunge through that right hip. Inhaling here, really feeling that stretch and that lengthening through the hip flexor. And then inhaling, lifting the arms all the way up to the sky, reaching the arms all the way up to the sky, coming through into that baby back bend, opening up through the heart. Exhaling, taking the hands back down outside that front foot. And then taking that left foot behind you again, and just sitting back into our child's pose just one more time. Taking a nice long inhale, a nice long exhale, and then picking up, coming into tabletop, picking up that left foot, taking it all the way forward in between the hands, and then coming up onto the back right toes, and then picking up that right foot, taking it forward to meet the left parallel, bending through the knees, coming again into that nice easy forward fold. In the forward fold, trying to let the tension drip away from the shoulders, let the tension drip away from the neck, the top of the head, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. And maybe taking some nice circles with the head and the neck in one direction, nice and slowly and gently, only coming through your own range of movement. And then stopping and then just taking that neck and head around in the other direction. Remembering that breath all the way through the practice. Taking a deep bend through the knees, lifting the arms up in line with the ears, and inhaling, lifting up through that core, reaching all the way up to the sky. Nice long spine, feeling that space between each of the ribs and the rib cage. Exhaling, hands to your heart center. Samastiti. Well done, guys. Take a nice deep inhale. Nice long exhale. Then the arms just hand to your sides, moving through some gentle swings here. We're going to swing up and down. So inhaling, lifting the arms all the way up, and exhaling as you're bending through the knees, taking the arms all the way up behind you. And then inhaling, swinging up. Exhaling, swinging all the way down. Again, just keeping everything nice and easy. Just letting that body relax. Moving with breath. And then this last time, holding here, coming into our modified chair pose. Sitting back with the hips as though you're about to sit in a chair, taking the arms up in line with the ears. Now taking the hands down into that prayer pose, lifting up through that right leg, taking the weight into the left, and then taking that right foot and just hooking that right foot over the left knee, and coming into our balancing pose here, flexing through that right foot, holding onto a chair or a wall or a sofa if you need to here. And that opening up through that right hip, breathing nice and deep. And then gently release, coming all the way back down, coming back up to standing. And then from here, inhaling, lifting all the way up to the sky again. Exhaling, swinging all the way down, taking the arms up above the head. And then inhaling, coming all the way through, back into that chair. Breathing nice and deeply. Taking the hands down to the heart. Taking the weight over into that right leg this time, picking up through that left. Taking that left knee foot and hooking that left ankle over that right knee. Inhaling and exhaling, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, keeping that navel in and up. Remembering it's okay to hang on to the wall or the sofa or a chair here until you can get your balance. And then gently release, coming back to the center. And then inhaling one more time, reaching all the way up. Exhaling, just swinging all the way back and down. And then inhaling, coming all the way back up to center. Exhaling, taking your hands to your heart center. Samastiti. Take a nice deep inhale. Nice long exhale. Well done. So from here, moving into our sun salutations. Just taking the toes together, that feels good for you. Maybe taking a bit of a space between the heels. If having your feet together doesn't feel good, come hip width distance apart with the feet. That's absolutely fine. Remember, it's your practice, your journey, and go with whichever push and whichever modification of the pose feels good. So inhaling, taking the arms all the way up to the sky, reaching all the way up from that lengthening through the sides of the body. Exhaling, coming all the way forward into that forward fold. You can start just straighten out the legs here if that feels good for you, but if it doesn't feel good for you, then it's okay to keep that bend through the knees. Inhaling, really lifting up through that navel, creating space to allow the chest to come down to the thighs. And then inhaling, coming halfway up, taking the hands onto the shins, coming into our L shape, shoulders away from the ears, lengthening through that spine. Feel the traction all the way through the muscles of the spine. Exhaling, coming all the way forward into that forward fold. Inhaling, taking a step back with one foot. Take a step back with the other foot, and as you exhale, coming all the way back into a downward facing dog. Take a nice long inhale in the dog. A nice long exhale, really lifting that tailbone up towards the sky, pulling that navel in and up, rooting down to the earth through the palms of the hands. And then from here, coming down onto the knees, and then slowly lowering yourself all the way down to lying face down on the mat. So from here, moving through our cobra. So taking the hands just outside the sides of the mats, coming into our waving cobra, where we twist at the top of the movement, taking the head and the neck around, looking over the shoulder. So inhaling, lifting up through that cobra, and then gently turning that neck or head around and looking up and over that right shoulder. Exhaling, coming back to center. Inhaling, lifting up, looking over that left shoulder. Exhaling, coming all the way back to center. Inhaling, lifting up, looking over the right shoulder. Exhaling, back to center. Inhaling, lifting up, looking over that left shoulder. Exhaling, back to center. One more time each side. Inhaling, engaging through the core, using the back to help lift you up. Exhaling, back to center. And last time, inhaling, looking up and over that left shoulder. And exhaling, coming all the way back down to resting on your mat. Taking your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhaling, lifting up, engaging through that core, coming all the way back into that tabletop position. Taking a nice long inhale here. A nice long exhale. And then curling through the toes, lifting the hips up towards the sky, reaching all the way back into a downward facing dog. Inhaling, lifting that right foot, taking that right foot all the way up to the sky into that three-legged dog. Exhaling, pulling that right knee all the way into the chest, hugging that knee to the chest, and then dropping that foot in between the hands at the front of the mat. Taking that left foot over towards, that right foot over to that right hand. Creating a legs distance or a hip width distance apart in terms of the width of the mat between your feet here, so you've got a nice stable base. Inhaling, really feeling that lengthening through that spine, shoulders away from the ears. Exhaling, taking a bend through that back knee, engaging through that core, lifting yourself up, coming all the way up into our high crescent lunge. So from here again, if you're a little bit wobbly, widen the feet and take a wider stance to get that nice stable base to allow you to move dynamically through your lunge. So from here, moving through our dynamic lunges. Inhaling, straighten up through the arms, straighten out through the legs. Exhaling, dropping down. Inhaling on the way up and exhaling, coming down. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, dropping down. Making sure that front knee is tracking the toes. Keeping shoulders away from the ears. Noticing you may come that little bit deeper each time you come down into that high lunge and holding here just for a moment. Well done. And then gently taking your hands onto your waist and straightening out through the legs. And then swiveling that back foot around, so you're coming to rest on the sole of that back foot. Again, we're going to move into Warrior One, which involves squaring the hips off to the top of the mat, which can involve quite a lot of tweaking through the hips and through the back. So I'd recommend that you take that back foot a little bit wider, so you've got a little bit of a width between the feet here, just so that when you come round to the Warrior One, you're not going to hurt your back. So coming around here and trying to square off the hips and square off the shoulders to that short side of the mat, keeping that bend through that front knee, engaging through the core, and then lifting the arms all the way up in line with your ears and coming through into that Warrior One pose. Taking a nice deep lunge to that front knee, breathing nice and deeply, shoulders away from the ears, core engaged. Inhaling and exhaling. and gently release. Straightening out through that front leg this time, setting up for our pyramid pose. So you may want to take that back foot in just a little bit more into the middle of the mat now here. And then taking those hips again round to the side or round to the front of the mat. Squaring off the hips. Again, if you feel any tension or any tweaking through that lower back, take a wider stance in terms of the width of the mat. But from here, coming around and trying to square off the shoulders and the hips again to that front side of the mat. Taking the arms behind you and just clasping your arms behind you loosely at the elbows. If you can, come into reverse namaste here, where you take your hands into prayer pose behind your back, then by all means come through that way. That's absolutely fine. But sometimes it's nicer or easier just to kind of hold here. And then from here, inhaling, really lengthen through the spine, straightening out through that front leg, but remembering not to overextend. So if you have a tendency to overpronate through that front leg, take a soft bend. And then just gently on the exhale, start to come forward and start to drape that chest over that front leg. Opening here, keeping a nice long straight spine, pulling that right hip back, trying to keep the hips aligned here. Breathing nice and deeply, exhaling nice and slowly. Remember, only coming to your own degree. So if your forward fold is here, that's fine. Really think about lengthening through that spine if you're here, keeping that nice long spine. And with time and with practice, you'll find that you can come that little bit deeper and that little bit deeper and that little bit deeper. But only ever coming to your own edge, wherever feels good for you. No stress, no strain. And then inhaling, lifting yourself all the way back up to standing. Well done. Letting go of the elbows, giving yourself a little bit of a shake. And then swiveling the feet around. So taking both feet now so they're facing to the long side of the mat. Shoulders away from the ears, taking a bend through the knees. And let's just move from side to side here. Keeping everything nice and loose, just keeping the shoulders relaxed, the hips relaxed. Breathing nice and deeply, exhaling nice and slowly. And then gently taking the hands down in front of your face, taking the feet about a leg's distance apart, maybe turning the toes in ever so slightly here, moving through our twists. So taking the weight down into that left hand, inhaling and lifting that right arm all the way up to the sky, reaching up and looking over that right shoulder. Exhaling, coming back to center. Inhaling, lifting up and looking all the way up and over that left shoulder. Exhaling, back to center. Inhaling, lifting up, looking over that right shoulder. Exhaling, back to center. Inhaling, lifting up and looking up over that left shoulder. Exhaling, coming back to center. Well done. So we'll repeat everything through on the other side. So start to walk the hands over towards that left foot. And then swiveling around to the left foot. So now forward and you're back onto the toes of that back right foot. And then from here, inhaling and lifting up that left knee. And pulling that left knee in towards the chest and stepping that left foot back. Coming all the way back into a downward facing dog. Take a nice long inhale, a nice long exhale. And then inhaling, lifting up that left leg, taking that left leg all the way up to the sky. Exhaling, pulling that left knee in towards the chest, coming into that plank. And then gently dropping that left foot in between your hands at the front of the mat. Taking that left foot more over towards that left hand. Again, checking you've got about a hip width distance in terms of the width of the mat here. Inhaling, finding that length all the way along the spine. Nice long, tall spine. Exhale, take a soft bend through the back knee, engaging through that core, lifting yourself all the way up, using that core to come all the way up into that high lunge. So again, just checking that you're not too wobbly, that you've got a nice stable base here. And then inhaling, lifting the arms all the way up through that midline of the body, reaching the arms all the way up to the sky, straightening out through the legs. Exhaling, coming through into that high lunge, taking the hands into that fist. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, coming down. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, dropping down. And each time you reach up, you think about lengthening through that torso, reaching for the sky. And then exhaling, dropping all the way down to wherever feels good for you. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, dropping down, holding here just for a few moments. Moving with the breath. And then slowly standing all the way back up and taking that back right foot and turning your sole of the foot onto the mat. Taking the feet in, maybe about a 45-degree angle, and maybe moving that back right foot out towards the right side of the mat. So you've got more of a distance between the feet in terms of the width of the mat. So you're more able and easier to take the hips around and square the hips off to the front of the mat. Setting up for our warrior one. So taking a bend through that front knee, squaring off the hips to the front of the mat, squaring off the chest to the front of the mat. And then inhaling and lifting the hands all the way up in line with the ears, coming into that warrior one. Breathing nice and deeply, exhaling nice and slowly. Bending through that front knee, just checking that that front knee is tracking the toes, shoulders away from the ears. Breathing in nice and deeply, exhaling nice and slowly. Coming our fierce warrior. And then gently release, coming all the way back up to standing. Moving into setting up for our pyramid pose. Maybe taking that foot in slightly if it feels good for you. But if not, you still need the width, then that's fine, stay with that. Taking the hips now and squaring the hips again to that short side of the mat. And then starting to straighten out through that front left leg. Remembering to keep a bend through the knee if you've got any knee injuries or if you have a tendency to over straighten through that leg, better to keep the bend through the knee and it will help strengthen the leg. So from here, taking the arms all the way around, clasping opposite elbows behind you, or coming into reverse and namaste hands if that feels good for you too. Inhaling, reaching all the way up to the sky, nice and tall. Exhaling, starting to fold forward and coming folding forward over that front left leg. Remembering to pull that tummy in and up, creating that space to be able to get that chest down towards that thigh. Keeping that right hip, that left hip, pulling back to line up with that right hip. Breathing nice and deeply, exhaling nice and slowly. Remembering if your stretch here or your forward fold is here or here, that's fine. Really thinking about lengthening through that spine if that's where you're at. Keeping that length through the spine. And then inhaling, coming all the way back up to standing. Well done. And letting go of the arms, giving yourselves a little bit of a shake. And then swiveling the feet around, coming around now, again to the long side of the mat. Taking the feet and turning the feet out about, so they're pointing into the corners each of the mat here, each corner of the mat. So toes pointing out towards the corner of the mat, so kind of splay footed. Setting up for our goddess pose. So let's move dynamically through it to begin with. Just it's swinging the arms around, bending through the knees, coming in and out. Just moving nice and easily in and out of the goddess pose. Just encouraging that body again to relax. Noticing you may come that little bit deeper each time you come down. Standing up ready for our goddess pose, and the next time coming through into our goddess, taking your arms, bending through your elbows to shoulder height, coming down, sitting down as low as you can through the hips, opening up through the thighs, breathing nice and deeply, exhaling nice and slowly, and then gently release, coming all the way back up to center. Swiveling around now to face the other side of the mat. So taking that right foot forward, coming over that right foot, coming onto the toes of that back left foot. Picking up that right knee, hugging it in towards the chest, and then taking that right foot back to meet the left. Taking the toes together, taking the knees way out, the sides of your mat, and then gently sitting back over your heels. Coming to rest in that extended child's pose. Feel the shoulders starting to melt into the mat. Feel the hips start to melt into the mat. Remembering if you're more comfortable taking your arms down behind you here, you feel more of a release through the shoulders here, then it's okay to come here. Again, just check in with your body, do a quick scan, come to whichever position feels better for you. Just breathing here. And then from here, coming all the way forward, making your way back down to lying face down on the mat. Setting up for our half bow pose. If half bow pose is not for you today, then you can stay with the Shalabhasana, the locust pose, where you just take your arms out in front of you, legs behind you, and just lift up the opposite arm and the opposite leg, alternating here. So if that's where you want to stay today, then you can stay here and move the Shalabhasana, opposite arm, opposite legs. If you'd like to try the half bow, then taking that left knee and bending through that left knee, pointing the left toes up towards the sky. And then from here, coming up onto that left elbow to begin with, taking that right arm behind you and clasping that left ankle with that right arm, right hand, and then just pulling up and coming up through into the bow, the half bow on this side. So you can hold here for a few breaths, or you can stay with moving the opposite arm and the opposite leg, listening to your body, listening to wherever you're at your practice, wherever feels better for you. And then gently lowering, and we'll repeat through on the other side. Take a nice long inhale, and then taking a bend through that right leg, bending through and pointing the right toes up to the sky. And then taking that left arm all the way behind you, and then clasping that right ankle with that left hand and coming through into the half bow on this side. So lifting up that leg, that right leg with that left arm, reaching and stretching through the back here, breathing in and out. Remembering those inhales and those exhales. And then gently release, coming all the way back to the center. And then coming up, setting up into our Sphinx, taking the arms down onto the mat, so resting the forearms down onto the mat, resting the palms onto the mat and the tops of the feet onto the mat. And coming through our Sphinx, just making sure the elbows are underneath the shoulders here, opening up through the chest. Inhaling as you inhale, opening up through that chest, taking the gaze up towards the sky. As you exhale, curling everything in, lifting up through that core, engaging through the core as you take the spine in the opposite direction. So inhaling, lifting up, opening up through the heart, opening up through the chest. Exhaling, curling everything in, lifting that core up off the mat. Inhaling again, energetically taking the elbows back towards the hips as you open up through the heart. Exhaling, coming all the way through, lifting that core up off the floor. Inhaling again, looking all the way up for the last time. Energetically pull those elbows back. And exhaling, taking that core all the way up as you lower the chin to the chest. And then gently release, coming all the way back to the center. Well done. And from here, pushing yourself back, coming back into that neutral tabletop position. Take a nice long inhale. A nice long exhale. And then hooking that right leg over that right knee. And sitting back over the heels to come back into a seated position. Uncrossing the legs. Setting up for Navasana, our boat pose. So just going through one round today, but we'll hold for 5 breaths. So from here, lifting up through that core, engaging through that core, either taking the feet up off the mat, if that's where it feels good for you, come into that low boat. You can come into the half boat, or you can come all the way up into the full boat. And taking 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then crossing at the ankles, coming all the way forward, taking the hands just outside the hips, just gently lifting the hips up, and then lowering yourself back down. Well done. Coming into our Purusvartanasana, our reverse tabletop. So there are 2 options here. You can come into reverse tabletop if the full Purusvartanasana is not for you. So I'll demonstrate the tabletop first, the reverse tabletop, and then the Purusvartanasana. So taking the hands just behind your back, having the fingertips pointing towards your heels, and then just lifting up through the hips and coming into that tabletop. So lifting the hips up towards the sky and just holding here in the tabletop position if that's where it feels good for you. If you'd like more, coming into the Purusvartanasana, straightening out the legs, taking the toes down, pointing the toes towards the mat. As you open up through that chest, lifting the hips up towards the sky, breathing nice and deeply. So stay in tabletop if that's good for you. Or come into the full Purusvartanasana, coming into this back bend here, breathing nice and deeply, exhaling nice and slowly. And then slowly, gently release, coming all the way back down onto your mat. Well done. And then from here, coming over onto your knees, setting up for Ustrasana, our final back bend. And if you haven't guessed it already, tonight's all about the back bending. Heart opening poses. So coming onto the knees, taking the knees about a hip width distance apart, just curling through onto the toes, so resting on the toes here. Nice long spine. So begin by just taking some gentle movements through here, coming through the half Ustrasana before we move into the full one. So just circling the arm round, and coming all the way back, and just gently tapping that right heel with that right hand. And then inhaling, taking the left arm all the way around, and gently coming around and just tapping that left heel with that left hand. Inhaling, coming all the way, nice big circle, just warming everything up. Right hand to right ankle. And then inhaling again, nice big circle, coming all the way around, left hand to left ankle. And we'll repeat one more time, circling all the way around, coming all the way around, taking that right hand to that right ankle. And then inhaling, lifting all the way around, and coming all the way around, tapping that left hand to that left ankle. And then coming all the way back to the center. And from here, you can either just come into the half Ustrasana, so just come round and taking that right hand onto that right ankle, if that's where it feels good for you, and then repeat through the left, or you can come through into the full Ustrasana. So beginning by coming through into the right first, so taking that right arm all the way up, and then taking that right arm behind you, and then just gently taking that right hand and resting on that right ankle. And staying here, just holding here, keeping those hips pressing forward, thighs pressing forward, coming into that back bend. Holding here, if that feels good for you. If you'd like to come through into the full Ustrasana, taking that left hand all the way around, and then clasping that left ankle with that left hand, opening up through the chest, taking the chest up towards the sky, taking those hips forward. If you're only on the half side of things, letting go of that right arm and taking the left arm behind you now, and coming through into the half Ustrasana camel pose on the left side. So you choose whichever feels good for you, coming through the half or coming all the way through into that full Ustrasana pose. And then from here, just letting go of one ankle and then letting go of the other, taking the hands and just gently resting them on your belly, letting go of those toes, and then just sitting back on your heels and coming forward and just resting forward into a nice, easy child's pose. And then Taking the hands and just gently resting the hands behind you. Starting to feel that release all the way through the back. Breathing into the back of the body and exhaling nice and slow. Again, inhaling into the back of the body. Exhaling, letting it all go. One more time, inhaling to the whole back of the body. Exhaling, letting it go. And then sitting up. And then from here on, curling through the legs, taking the legs all the way out in front of you, setting up for our Paschimottanasana, our forward fold. So taking the legs all the way out in front of you here, sitting up nice and tall. Bring that navel in up. If you find that you can't have a straight leg and you need to bend through the knees, and that's absolutely fine, keep that bend through the knees and think about keeping a nice straight back. So you can also start with the bent knee and then work towards the straight knee. So inhaling, lifting the arms all the way up to the sky, nice and tall, feeling that lengthening through the spine, putting that navel in up. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears. And then as you exhale, start to fold forward, keeping that nice long straight spine as you fold forward. If you can clasp around the toes, then clasp here. If not, then just take your hands onto your shins, that's fine too. And really think about lengthening through that spine, and then you can start to gently open up through the legs if it feels good. If it doesn't feel good, you need to keep a bend through the knees, listen to the body. Really think about keeping that nice, long, straight spine, really taking yourself forward from those hips, opening up through those legs, opening up through that spine, breathing nice and deeply, exhaling nice and slowly, coming into that forward fold. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears, lengthening through the spine, inhaling and exhaling, nice long inhales, nice long. And then gently release, walking the hands all the way back up the thighs. Well done. And then from here, come back into our supine Baddha Konasana, taking the soles of the feet together, letting the knees drop out to the side, just gently rocking back, coming to lie down on your back into your supine Baddha Konasana. Taking one hand onto your belly, taking the other hand onto your chest. And just coming back to that normal breathing again. Those nice long inhales and those nice long exhales. You're thinking about the inhale, and as you inhale, filling up the belly, filling up the lungs. As you exhale, completely emptying the belly, completely emptying the lungs, feeling the hands move on the way up, on the way in of the breath. And then feeling the hands lower as you exhale. So as you inhale, those hands both rise. As you exhale, they fall. Just noticing the impact of the breath on the body, on the mind. One more time, nice long inhale. Nice long exhale. And then letting the arms just fall out to the side of the mat. And then letting go of those feet, taking the legs again out towards the sides of the mat. Moving into our Shavasana, our relaxation pose. So getting nice and comfortable, feeling the shoulders relaxing into the mat, feeling the hips relaxing into the mat. Remembering if it's not comfortable to lie on your back here, you can always lie on your side or lie on your belly. Choose a posture, a position that feels good for you. You can just let go of stress through the body, let go of all the tension the body may be holding. Letting go of the mind, trying to switch off that monkey mind. Trying to slow down those thoughts, becoming centered, becoming mindful, becoming aware of that breath, of your body relaxing into the mat. Taking your awareness to your tongue and your mouth. Just relaxing the tongue, relaxing the cheeks, relaxing the jaw. And the temples start to relax, and the forehead, letting go of any frown through the forehead. And that forehead just smoothing out. Relaxing through the throat. Feel the sides of the throat relax. Coming down through the shoulders, and down through the arms, through the wrists, the palms, the fingertips. Everything just letting go from the tension, just dripping down into the mat. Coming down through the core, through the belly, all the way down through the spine, into the hips. And those hips sinking softly into the mat. Through the thighs, the knees, shins and the calves. The ankles, the tops of the feet, sole of the feet, the big toes, and then each of the individual toes and each foot. Slowly relaxing, letting go, feeling Mother Earth taking the tension away from the body as you slowly, gradually start to sink more into the mat. Into the earth. The whole body is relaxed into the mat. Taking awareness of the breathing now. Noticing how when you inhale, the belly rises, and when you exhale, the belly falls. And counting back from 10, inhaling 10, exhaling 10, inhaling 9, exhaling 9, inhaling 8, exhaling 8, inhaling 7, exhaling 7, inhaling 6, exhaling 6, inhaling 5, exhaling 5, inhaling 4, exhaling 4, inhaling 3, exhaling 3, inhaling 2, exhaling 2, inhaling 1, exhaling 1, and just letting go that counted breath. Letting the breathing return to its normal cadence, no control over the breath. And then slowly, gently, begin to take your awareness back into the room. Taking some slow, gentle movements through your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet. Taking the legs and stretching the legs all the way in front of you, away from the body, as you take the arms and stretch them all the way behind you, away from the body. And that lengthening through the torso, that lengthening through the limbs. And then inhaling, pulling the knees in towards the chest, giving yourself a nice big hug here. Maybe gently rocking from side to side, taking a massage through the spine if that feels good for you. And then when you're ready, just rocking over onto one side and holding that fetal position on that side just for a moment, just for a pulse. Letting that central nervous system reset. And then inhaling, lifting yourself up, coming all the way back up into a nice easy seat. Crossing through the legs, feeling the seat bones connected to the earth, sitting up nice and tall, nice long tall spine. Inhaling nice and deeply. Exhaling, letting it all go with a big sigh. Inhaling again nice and deeply. Inhaling again, last time. Well done, everybody. Taking your hands to your heart center in Anjali Mudra. Finishing with a nice big Om, taking a nice deep inhale. Om. From my heart to yours, Namaste. Hope you enjoyed your practice tonight. I hope you enjoyed some back bending. It's really good to open up through the heart and release all those emotions that we're holding through the heart. So it's really nice to take some back bends every now and then. Any comments, any feedback, just let me know, and hopefully see you again soon. Namaste.